I think, if we continue to verse 21, or each time that he goes and talks to those, the first two men, those two men multiplied what they had, right? And he says, well done, good and faithful servant. And don't we want to hear that? When it's time for us to face God, he's going to say, what did you do with what I've given, with what I've given you? And we want to be able to hear that. There was the one guy who kind of looked inward and kept his gift, though. And he didn't multiply it, right? And so in verse 25, it says, I was afraid and went out and hid your gold in the ground. See, here is what belongs to you. So he kept what he had and didn't go out and multiply with what he had. And I know when I find times when I'm holding back maybe something that God wants me to do, it's because of fear. You can see this guy was afraid, and sometimes I can be afraid of maybe I'm going to lose something, like fear of losing my comfort or my time with my family, or even maybe I won't have enough if I give this much. But what helps me is remembering the promises of God, that he's going to take care of us, especially, when we're doing his work in the kingdom. So that really helps me. And so what is for you is there a fear that's holding you back? Maybe you have felt like over the past couple of years reluctant to put yourself out there because of situations going out in the world. But, God put us in this position during this time in our lives for a reason. What an opportunity is that we can be a light to the world during this time of history, right? And so, I'm sure when we see God, I put you during these circumstances. I gave you these resources. What did you do with that? And I really want to reflect on that. So as we give today, I want to encourage you that, whether you give online or the baskets here, to ask God how you can effectively use the money or the gifts that he has given you, so that, when it is that day to face God, he'll say, well done, a good and faithful servant. Let's go ahead and pray. Dear Heavenly Father, I want to thank you just for the opportunity that